right now a truly massive economic experiment is unfolding on a tropical island. China's rolling out what it calls an island-wide special customs operation in Hainan. But don't let the name fool you. This isn't just some minor policy tweak. It's a complete institutional reboot for the entire island's economy.
So, let me ask you this. What would happen if you took an entire island province, an island larger than 70 of China's other special trade zones combined, and turned the whole thing into one giant duty-free marketplace? It sounds pretty radical, right? Well, that's exactly what's happening. And yeah, that's the big idea here. A total reboot, designed to create this unique economic hub, a new kind of outpost for China's global trade. But to really get what's going on, we kind of have to get past some of the confusing official language first.
Okay, so that brings us to the core concept, which sounds a little strange at first, what it means for Hainan to be inside China but outside customs. This is the absolute key to understanding its new economic identity.
The official term is Island-Wide Special Customs Operations. You know, if you translate that directly from Chinese, it can sound like the island is being sealed off or restricted, but it's actually the exact opposite. This policy is about opening up on a much broader, much deeper level by turning the entire island into one special customs zone.
So the most crucial piece of this puzzle is the two lines framework. The best way to think about it is that Hainan is becoming a kind of special economic airlock. The first line is the border between Hainan and, well, the rest of the world. Here, stuff flows in with way simpler procedures and, for the most part, zero tariffs. But the second line, the one between Hainan and mainland China, that's a regulated boundary. Anything going from Hainan to the mainland is treated like an import, which helps prevent things like smuggling.
So, what makes this whole system tick? Well, it really comes down to two game-changing policies that are totally redefining how trade works for any business operating there.
First off, just look at this jump. The share of imported goods that are eligible for zero tariffs, it's leaping from just 21% of all tariff categories to almost 74%. I mean, that is a massive expansion. It's basically opening the floodgates. And to put a real number on that, we're talking about roughly 6,600 different types of products seeing their tariffs drop to zero. This covers pretty much all the production equipment and raw materials a business would ever need to bring in. So what does this actually mean for a company? Well, on average, it means an estimated 20% reduction in tax costs just for importing equipment. That is a solid, direct saving that goes right to the bottom line. All right, but the second key policy, this is where things get really fascinating. It's the 30% value-added rule, and it's designed to transform Hainan from just a port into a genuine manufacturing and processing hub. The rule is pretty simple. If you process a product on the island and add at least 30% to its value, it gets a special pass to the mainland. Okay, let's make this real with a simple example. Beef jerky. Let's say a company imports some Argentine beef. If they sent it straight to the mainland, boom, they'd get hit with a 43,000 yuan tariff. But if they process that beef into jerky in Hainan, cutting it, marinating it, packaging it, and adding over 30% to its value, that finished jerky can then be shipped to the mainland completely duty-free. The entire tariff just disappears. So you've got these incredibly powerful new rules in place. Who actually gets to benefit from all this? Well, the idea is for the impact to ripple out across businesses, high-end talent, and even regular tourists. For companies, the advantages are just huge. I mean, besides the obvious lower costs on materials, there's this incredible flexibility. Unlike other special zones, businesses can set up pretty much anywhere on the whole 35,000 square kilometer island. And there are no limits on how long they can store things. And get this, customs declarations that might take days elsewhere can be done in as little as 30 minutes. And hey, it's not just about moving goods around. Take a look at this chart. We're talking about taxes. For companies in key industries like, say, biomedicine, the corporate income tax is capped at just 15%. As you can see, that's even lower than Hong Kong and a massive drop from the mainland standard rates. But look, this isn't just about making corporations happy. The goal is to build an entire ecosystem, one that pulls in top-tier talent and international visitors from all over the world. For individuals, the perks are just as strong. High-end talent gets their personal income tax capped at 15%, which is a huge incentive when the mainland's top rate is 45%. Throw in visa-free travel for dozens of countries, a massive duty-free shopping allowance, and access to new international schools and hospitals. It's a full lifestyle package, and it's designed to attract the best and the brightest.
So it's pretty clear that Hainan is being set up as this uniquely attractive place to be. But this whole project isn't just about one island's economy. It's really a testbed for China's future, and that means it comes with both enormous potential and some pretty significant pitfalls.
Now, the challenges here are very real. When you have freer capital flows, you automatically increase the risk of things like money laundering. And when you're trying to lure top global talent, that could put a lot of pressure on the local job market. On top of that, the physical infrastructure is still playing catch-up. Logistics costs, especially for specialized things like cold chains, are still pretty high. These are hurdles that they absolutely have to clear.
So you might be asking, why Hainan? Why take these risks here specifically? Well, its geography as an island makes it a kind of natural laboratory. It's just physically easier to monitor and contain any weird flows of goods or money. And because its economy is relatively small, any shocks from these new policies can hopefully be managed locally without destabilizing the whole country. It really is the perfect controlled environment to test out some bold new ideas.
And all of this leaves us with the ultimate question. Is this massive island-sized project just a unique, one-off experiment designed to stand alone? Or are we actually watching the creation of a blueprint, one that could eventually shape the future of China's economic relationship with the rest of the world? That's something we're all going to be watching very, very closely.